Selling books on Amazon can be a great way to make some passive income. You don't need to print the book. You don't need to ship the book. You just need to upload the book, sell the book, and then you get a commission or a royalty. I think it's a great way to make some side hustle money. In this video, I'm going to be highlighting a tool that I use called BOOKBOLT. I highly recommend them for two things. One, you can easily create low content books using the BOOKBOLT software. And two, you can do market research and you can find niches that actually sell. So you're not wasting your time creating books that don't go anywhere. So in this video, I'm going to walk through a big picture overview on how BOOKBOLT works. Just a heads up, there is an affiliate link in the video description. That just means if you click on the link and you purchase the BOOKBOLT subscription, I would receive a small commission. I love BOOKBOLT. I use BOOKBOLT a lot. Let's jump in. Okay, let's cover a quick overview of the main page. When you first log into BOOKBOLT, you're going to get this rather sparse looking main page. There's a menu along the left-hand side, and then there's some keyword features here in the middle. So you've got tutorials, products, seller, and so on. You've also got right here in the top left, you've got a little drop-down menu. And these are two little rooms in the house. Right now I'm in the research room, and if I click on the create room, I can go into BOOKBOLT Studio, and that's a completely different part of BOOKBOLT. So I'm going to start right now in the research side of things. Let's take a look at which books sell on Amazon. All right, the first thing we're going to check out here is the products page. And under the products page, there's a keyword search. You can also go down here to keywords. It essentially will bring you to the same page where you've got keywords sitting here. So if you're on the products page right here, I'm going to click in keywords. I'm going to type in funny cat, for example. And then you've got categories over here on the right, and you can look through different categories. I'm just going to leave it on general for right now, and I'll click search. Now what this is going to do is bring you back the keyword and the total results, and then there's this thing called an average BSR, and what that stands for is best seller rating. If anything sells on Amazon, you get a bestseller rating. If you don't make a sale, you will not have a bestseller rating. But if you make even one sale, even once, you'll have a bestseller rating. So let's check it out here. Here we've got Swearing Cats, Coloring Book, and we can see the bestseller rating is 582, and that equates to about 652 estimated sales. We can see here the keywords over on the right-hand side as well, and we can also see related keywords down on the right side. You can see there's a lot of funny cat coloring books here, Swearing Cats, Cats Being Jerks, and we can see the estimated sales for each of them as we scroll on down. Now, a nice feature here is you can show the descriptions of the books as well. And this is really nice because you can see which keywords are put inside the description. So I'm not suggesting you copy this word for word, but you could copy it and at least start to use it as a template if you're creating your own book and you'd like to have your own keyword stuffed description. Another nice feature as well is you can see the publication dates for these books. So we can see the one here for Swearing Cats. This is September the 28th, 2024. And this one here is October 11th, 2024. Now at the time of this video, this is not that old. So this gives me hope as a publisher that I'm looking at this going, okay, I can create a good looking book with a great thumbnail, good keywords. And if it's a high quality item that somebody wants, this could be a great option to make some side hustle income. There's a seller feature on the left-hand side. If I click on seller, you're going to get this search seller with a seller name. Again, there's not a lot of information here on the actual site, so I'm just going to go back to products for a second. And I can see here the author is Gritty, Witty, and Wise. If I copy that, so I'm going to right-click and copy, and now I'm going to go into seller, and I'm going to right-click and paste the seller name in there. I can now click search, and that seller will actually come up with other items that they have listed. You'll see here every result now is Gritty, Witty, and Wise, and I can see all the different books that this one individual seller is listing on Amazon. And I can see over on the right-hand side different keywords as well. There's a cloud feature inside of BOOKBOLT. I'll walk through what that means. When you click on cloud, you're going to get here top 100 bestsellers. You can even go up to the top 500 bestsellers. And then you can look in different categories. So for example, I'm going to go here to journal, top 500, and then I'm going to click search. So what this is going to give me now is the top 500 sellers on Amazon in the journal space. So this can give you a really good idea of what's selling on Amazon and what they actually look like. Here's a first one. Dad, I want to hear your story. And you'd buy this and then you'd interview your dad and you'd write down basically old-timey stories in the event that mom or dad passes away. You can see, Dad, I want to hear your story. Mom, I want to hear your story. And we can see the bestseller rating, the estimated monthly sales here is 885 for these types of journals. There's a KDP category section over on the left-hand side. I'm going to click on it, and you'll see a new page is now going to pop open. I can type in to the keywords, something like funny cat, for example, and this will show me the different categories that it could be applicable on Amazon KDP. Here's another one, for example, medieval history, and we can see all the different categories and their relevance over on the right-hand side. So this is a nice tool if you're wondering, where should I list my book for sale inside of Amazon? Okay, so hopefully you've found a few niches and a few ideas to create low content books. Now, using the BOOKBOLT software, I can go in and I can create a book very quickly. So over on the left-hand side, I'm under research. I'm going to click on that research button, and now I'm going to go into create. That's a totally different area of BOOKBOLT called the BOOKBOLT Studio. I'm going to click on BOOKBOLT Studio. When you first log into BOOKBOLT Studio, you'll see a page that looks like this. It'll say My Projects. There probably won't be anything down below if you haven't created anything yet. And you're going to click on Create Project. From here, you're going to be asked what type of project you'd like to create. So you can do a paperback cover or a hardcover. I'm going to pick a paperback cover and an interior. I want to point out these are two different things. A cover and an interior are two completely different types of files, and you can make them at the same time, but they're not quite the same. So I'm going to click on paperback cover and interior. My project name is going to be Travel Journal, and then you can select your trim size. This is the size of your book. So I'm going to select 6x9, and then the interior, you can pick black and white with white paper, black and white with cream paper, or premium. I'm going to pick black and white with white paper. And then this is the most important part, I think, the page count. So if you want to have a 100-page journal, for example, type in 100 pages and then select Create Project. Now it's going to think for a second, and on the left-hand side, it's going to return your cover and then every single page all the way down to page 100. You'll see the last page now is page 100. So the first thing you'd want to do is take a look at your cover, and you'll see you've got a template sitting here. So what you'll want to do if you're making a book cover is you'll want to cover this template with a basically a digital piece of paper, a color. So I'm going to go up here to Shapes. I'm going to click on Rectangle, and then I'm going to make my rectangle cover the whole page. From here, I can now add in text. So there's a little text button right there. I'm going to click Add Heading, and now I'm going to change the text color to be white. I'll type in Travel Journal, and I'll move it over to the top, and you'll see that there's these nice alignment lines that pop up. You can make this larger or smaller very easily. So you can make this nice and big, move it right into the middle. Now if you'd like to put a picture in here, you certainly can. I'm going to select this File Library. Now this will include all of your photos that you've uploaded yourself, or you can go into Pixabay or also Unsplash. And these are two public domain websites. So I'm going to go into Pixabay, and I'm going to type in Rome, for example, and now I'll click Search. And it gives me back some really nice pictures of Rome. So from here, I'm going to click on this one, and now it'll populate right into my travel journal. I'm going to click on my text, and then I'm going to simply scroll down on my different fonts that I'd like to use. I'm going to pick this one, for example. And if you'd like to copy something, you can simply do Control-C and then click Control-V, and that will paste a duplicate of the text. I'll double click inside it, and I'll say Rome, and then I'll just move this down here. So just like that, I've got a pretty nice travel journal set up. One thing you can do as well is change the spacing for the text. So I'm going to click on this travel journal text, and then I'm going to click right here where it says 328 pixels, and I can actually change the line height, and I can bring this together. I can also change the character spacing to make it larger or smaller, more spaced out. Okay, I've added in another picture over here of a statue, and I'm happy with the way that cover looks for now. You could always add more text, and you could always add more pictures if you like. Okay, so now I'm inside my actual book. I'm on page number 1, and I would like to put some lines in this template. So I'm going to click over on the left-hand side, Page Templates. And I'm going to see I've got a lot of different page templates that I can use. Now I'd like to get some just regular lines in here because it's a journal, so I'm going to click on this journal option right here. I don't have to use that one. I could use ruled or graph paper, dot graph, but I really like the journal paper. I'm going to click on that. And then from here I'm going to click on one of my 3 options. I've got narrow, college, or wide. I'm going to click on wide. And that's just personal preference. And now I'm going to select whichever page I would like to put this journal page on. So I'm going to click page number 1. I could pick more. I could pick page number 2, page number 3. I don't have to pick all the pages. I could pick whichever pages I want. In this case, I'm going to put it on page number 1, and then I'll click Continue to Options. It'll ask me to fine-tune the lines, so you could put in line width or the space between them. I'm happy with the way this looks. And the line color, I'm just going to change it now to black, and then I'm going to pick Submit. We can see now we have our page set up. So page number 1 has lines in it. Page number 2 has nothing in it. We could add something different, or we could add something the same. I'm going to add something the same. In fact, I'm going to make all my pages the exact same. And to do that, I simply right-click on the page, and I'll click Clone this page. From here, I can select all the different pages that I would like to clone this to. So in this case, I'm going to pick Select All. Now you'll notice the cover has been selected, so I'll deselect that. I don't want the lines on that. But all the other pages, all the way down to page 100, are all selected, which is what I want. So here I'm going to click Clone. Now it's going to warn me. It's going to say, hey, human, I'm going to replace everything in these pages with lines. Is that what you want? I'll say yes. Okay. And now we can see down below every page, all the way down to page number 100, is getting populated with lined pages. Now at any point you can see your entire project simply by clicking this little eyeball button right here next to Settings. When I click on that, you can see all 100 pages that'll pop up, and there's little lines on each of the pages, and then there's my cover as well. You can also view a larger view if your eyesight's failing like mine is, or you can click on Book View, and this will look through each of the pages as if you've got a physical copy in your hand. You'll see down below it says 10 and 11 of 100, 12 and 13 of 100, all the way to the beginning or the end. Now when you're done and you'd like to export this as a file, you'll want to go here to Download, and then you can download the current project as a CMYK printed book. You can also download individual pages. I wouldn't recommend that unless you're using it for something else, but if you're downloading for uploading to Amazon KDP, you'll want to download the current project as a printed book. It'll run through a check, and it'll make sure your cover and your interior look good and they're ready for export. Okay, and now I'm inside of Microsoft Explorer. I've downloaded my zip file. That's what's exported out of BOOKBOLT. And if I double click on the zip file, you'll see that I've got my paperback cover, which is a PDF document, and then I've got my actual interior of each of the pages as well. So when you go to upload to Amazon KDP, you'll be uploading these documents into Amazon KDP to create your book. And here's my actual PDF file, which is my book cover. You'll notice because I put the black image over top of the template, none of the template is showing through. And that's what you want. You don't want the template visible when you're uploading to Amazon KDP. So the output from BOOKBOLT is a zip file. Make sure you save that onto your computer, and then you can open it up and then upload the files onto Amazon KDP to publish your book. I love using BOOKBOLT because of the number of options that are available when you're making a low content book. I'll put a link to BOOKBOLT in the video description below. Check it out. Highly recommend. Here's another video on how you can have some fun in the print on demand world.